You know that Google has developed self-driving cars. And in fact, my favorite anecdote now is that the chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff, General Dempsey, came out to visit Google and he wanted to ride in a self-driving car. Now, look, when you're the chairman of the Joint Chiefs, you know, you have a lot of security surrounding you. There was a police escort and everything else. So we stuck him in the back seat of a Google car. There's a Googler in the front seat with, at the wheel, just in case. We do that. Right now, we do that all the time. That's why we've been able to be on the road, because there's been a human being there in addition to the car driving itself. So anyway, we got the general in the back seat, and as the car takes off, one of the policemen follows him. And, okay, what I wanted and didn't get was a photograph of the policeman pulling the car off the road, giving the car a ticket. and the general was saying, but officer, nobody was in the front seat. We were all in the back seat. Nobody was driving. So I didn't get that picture, but someday I hope I do. What I did not understand, though, about these cars is that they are not exactly totally autonomous in the following sense. They don't rely solely on the computing power that's in the car itself, of which there is a great deal. The thing has a LiDAR on the roof that's rotating, looking 360 degrees. It's got video cameras. It's got GPS information. It has very, very high-quality maps in order to stay in lane. In fact, GPS is not good enough for that. It's off by a meter or so. And if you just follow GPS, you'll straddle the lines and all this stuff. So you really do need to have a lot of information to succeed. What I didn't understand, though, is that the cars not only are reporting what they are experiencing back to Google, so that's being accumulated, they have access to what every other car has ever seen. And so when a car drives up to an intersection that it's never been in before, if any other car has been there, it has access to what that car experienced. So a comical example is that the car pulls up at the intersection and there's this tree. And every other car has seen the same thing and it's still there. So you don't wait for the tree to cross the street because it's a tree, right? On the other hand, if a person walks out from behind the tree, you better notice that. That's a local condition. You don't want to run over the pedestrian. So this notion of sharing information was really quite striking because it means that the entire fleet of cars is getting smarter and smarter about their familiarity with the territory in which they're operating every single day. So now the cars are all learning from each other, unlike human beings that tend not to pay any attention to each other at all. Moreover, the cars could theoretically, they're not there yet, at least not to my knowledge, but they could theoretically also be talking to each other. The reason this is an interesting proposition, of course, is suppose you come up to a four-way stop. The cars could literally negotiate which car goes next. Now, we do that implicitly. We try to figure out which car came first. And sometimes, humans are kind of, I got here before you did. And so the cars don't have any, road rage. And all they want to do is get you from point A to point B. The last point I want to make about this self-driving car is that it is easier, this is all relative, of course, it's easier to get the car onto the highways and have it follow the highway. The harder problem, and one which we are now trying to tackle, is the door-to-door problem. Because now you get into, how do I find the garage? How do I park in the garage? How do I find the parking space at work? Is it in a building? Is it navigating literally door-to-door is a big challenge. And when we were experimenting with the cars, at some point somebody said, the cars are not really useful unless they go door to door. And so one of our employees happened to be blind, volunteered to be the guinea pig for the door to door experiment. We learned so much about what we didn't know about solving that door to door problem by trying. And so once again, to turn this back to the topic of the day, trying things out is really important because you really do not learn much until you try something that you don't know how to do, or you think you know how to do, and you quickly discover how little you did know. But trying it out, doing something is really important. Sir?
So I